Hey guys, Blaze Trouble Free here with another deck profile. This time we've got Gravekeepers. Now that the format has slowed down since September 2013 ban list, Gravekeepers might see some play again, as as well as being able to get some new support in the distant future. I believe it's the set after Shadow Spectres. Can't remember the name right now, but anyway, there should be some support in there, and let's get started with the trajectory of that. Yeah, sorry. Alright, move on with it. Alright, first up we've got Gravekeeper Descendant. Basically tribute of another face up Gravekeeper monster except for Descendant itself, and you can destroy a card on your opponent's side of the field. And you can use that multiple times a turn. So yeah, basically he's the spot removal of the deck, and you want to run at least 3 of him. Next up, we've got triple Gravekeeper's Recruiter. Basically, he combos really well with Descendant. Basically, when he's sent to the graveyard by any means, well, except discarding because you're discarding it, not sending it. Basically, when he goes to the graveyard, you can add a Gravekeeper monster with 1500 attack or less. Oh, sorry, 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So basically, you want to get send it out, and then next turn summon him, use the send effect for spot removal, and you get a free search. So basically, you could search for another recruiter, possibly a descendant, uh, commander if you want to search for Necro Valley, and that's about it. But always useful to get searches. Alright, next up we've got Triple Gravekeeper Spy. Basically, you set him face down, you flip him face up, you get a free special summon on a Gravekeeper monster with 1500 or less attack. So basically, descend the recruit, and yeah, that's about it. Because you want this guy face down. Now, he basically helps to get Descender and Recruit out and start doing your combos and such. Next up, we've got Triple Gravekeepers Commander. Basically, he's there to search out Necro Valley for you, which is your main card of the deck. And finally, we've got a single copy of Gravekeeper. Basically, he's there as an additional compulse. And next up, for the textures, we've got Malefic Stardust Dragon, basically there to protect the Necro Valley, and Double Effect Veiler. If you want to stuff effects this format, it's very important to stuff effects. Next up, we've got spells. We've got the main card of the deck, Triple Necro Valley. Basically, field spell card gives all your Gravekeeper monsters an extra 500 attack, which is always useful. And as a bonus, the main reason you play this card is cards in either player's graveyard cannot be removed from play, and cards in either player's graveyards cannot be affected by card effects, except for their own effects. So basically, it stops people from banishing cards from the graveyard or getting cards out of the graveyard. Period. So basically, it's the reason why I think Gravekeepers might make a comeback as an anti-meta deck this format is to stop decks like Dragon Rulers, mainly, but any synchro deck really. But I think Eels will make a better anti-meta deck for this format, but Necro Valley does a good job of it. Alright, next up we've got double Gravekeepers Stale. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Basically, get 2 Gravekeeper monsters from your graveyard and add them back to your hand. People are thinking, but you've got Necro Valley on the field, you can't do that. Wrong. This effect cannot be affected by the effect of Necro Valley. So yeah, Gravekeepers get to plus even more Necro Valleys on the field. And next up, we've got the now one of a Royal Tribute. Basically, activate this. Both players discard all monster cards from their hand. which is devastating against Dragon Rulers and monster heavy decks, especially synchro decks in general. So yeah, you want the one copy of that. Next up, we've got Triple Pot of Duality. This deck doesn't special summon that often, except through either Malefic Stardust or Gravekeepers by effect. Other than that, you won't do a lot of special summoning. So yeah, it helps rearrange your hand. Next up, double MST. Yeah, you're going to run into a lot of back row this format, so you want those MSTs ready. Finally, we've got Dark Hole for field clearance and Book of Moon for stopping certain plays going off. Plus, in this deck, it helps you recycle Gravekeeper's Fire Effect, which is always useful. Now onto the traps. We've got the staples Solemn, Bottomless Compulse, next double Mirror Force, double Deep Prison, double Venus Chain, you want to stop effects, and finally double Safe Zone. Basically, you can use it in this deck to protect a Descendant, which you want to pop cards with, or Malefic Stardust, so you can protect him and Necrophile at the same time. And also, you can use it on your opponent's cards or get rid of Safe Zone with any one of your effects to plus out of that. Well, technically not plussing because you're using MST on your own Safe Zone. The best way to plus with it, hope your opponent blind MSTs that chain Safe Zone onto one of their monsters. They basically minus big time. Alright, now to the X deck. Normally, extra deck doesn't really matter with Gravekeepers because they don't special summon that often, but it's always useful to have certain cards ready for situations. Like, this is basically what I've got. It may not be the best, but it's just to fill up space. First, we've got double Allo Justice Cataster, useful for getting rid of non-dark monsters. Armadi's Keeper of Boundaries, basically there to stop your opponent from doing any shenanigans in the battle phase. Useful against deck like Fire Fists and Mermails and such. Well, only useful against Mermails to stop the Abyss Sphere or the Abyss Score. Or any other traps I might be running. Next up, we've got Hyperlibrarian. Again, it's just really there to fill up space, but always nice to get additional cards if you're going to be synchroing into either one of these guys afterwards. And finally, for the synchros, we've got the Stardust Dragon, so we can banish it to get the Malefic Stardust out. Alright, next up for XYZs, we've got double Master Key Beetle. Oh, another reason why I run Safe Zone is that so I can get the Key Beetle locked up. So basically, you can use this guy to get the lockdown, and also another way to protect your Necrophile from your opponent's fit. Basically, detach one material from this card. You can then target one card you control, except this card. While this card is face up on the field, the cards cannot be destroyed by card effects. And if this face-up card on the field would be destroyed, you can send that card instead. Basically, as I said before, combos really well with Safe Zone, and you can also use it to protect Necrophile. And next up, we've got generic rank 4s. We've got Papilloptic to get over set monsters, Maestro for defense, and for extra Book of Moon shenanigans if you want to keep recycling Gravekeepers by. Cowboy to win games again. Steel Swarm Roach just to stop special summons of level 5 higher monsters, which can become useful. Digusto Emerald help you recycle the Gravekeeper monsters. Lovable Train just to help you top deck certain cards you need. Don't think there's any card you wanted ditch using its first effect, but mainly it's in there just so you can top deck cards. And finally, we've got Abyss Dweller basically as a counter to Mermails and possibly Dragon Lore. And that's about it for the deck profile. Hopefully I'll get some duels with this deck soon if no one rage quits against it. Anyway, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.